So guys, it is Tuesday, early afternoon. Another rainstorm has hit us. Wow. I love the storms here. Brings with it a nice breeze. I'll show you around my balcony area. Tuk-tuks over that way. Trying to get their, trying to keep them dry for the customers. Right here is a little sitting area for the apartment. And on the other side, yep. Poor guy. But yeah, I might get out and play today. I brought rain gear. People say you shouldn't play in the rain, but hey, why not? Kids are down there. I don't know if you saw that. They were right down there. They were shorts, flip-flop. Oh, they're there. No shirts on their bikes. There he goes. Just enjoying it. Mother Nature can't stop them from having fun. Yeah. I'll see what I can get up to. I might have to break out my that waterproof camera that I use for Khmer New Year. But first, we have to finish a lesson in English. Yesterday I taught Seng the days of the week in English. Today, we're starting to work on the months of the year in English. We're going to do 6 at a time, 6 today and 6 tomorrow. Because the pronunciation are kind of hard, especially January and February. Those ones can be kind of a tongue twister if you don't know the language. It's like over here when I'm learning Khmer and they put that T and the D together for Tao, and you have to, if you say it one way or the other, it doesn't sound natural. Although, like I said, in context, people understand what you're trying to say. Man. This is actually pretty cool, man. Talk to you guys later. Alright guys, it's now Wednesday morning. Just decided to go down the side street. You can see, ooh, look at that. This is nice. Lots of shade, lots of trees. And look at this. That is nice. Look at that. Pretty nice. Just stumbled upon that. There's a little side road right off Watbo Road, the main road. Look at that. It's like a different world. You're just trees and oh, that's what it is. Aspera Theater and Restaurants. That's what it is. That makes sense. I didn't think it was a temple, but I didn't know what it was. But there, don't know what that is neither, but looks pretty cool. Got an apartment building that I probably wouldn't be able to say in polite company. Where do you stay? I stay at the Oriental. That's racist. I'm too white to say that kind of thing. I think I may have been down part of this way before, because I remember that school. Of course, I may have been on the other side of it too, on the other road, because I don't recognize any of the other things around here. Yeah, there are some schools that are closed all week long. Some are we're only closed Monday and Tuesday, but it's hard to get an accurate list of those that will be open the rest of the week to go apply. So I guess I'll just finish chilling this week and just get out there next week. I do have to go pick up my my new, or not my new, but I got to go pick up my passport today with my new visa stamp in it. To make sure I am of legal status, should someone inquire about that. And like I said, nobody has ever asked me for my passport. But they can. At any time, any government official or police officer can stop any foreigner and ask to look at their passport. There's a school, looks like this one's open. I know where it is now. I have seen that school before. Well, I've heard of it before. So that's what walking around and going different places get you. I have another one I can go to. It looks like they're open, so I'm going to hit this one up tomorrow. I am certainly not dressed for it right now. Well, yeah, give me something to do tomorrow. Go pick up my passport today. And really, that's about it. We are going to go later down to the market. Just pick up a couple things ran out of some cooking oil. And that sauce that Seng likes to use in a lot of the dishes. It's really good. Don't know what it is, but it's really good. Looks like the rain's going to hold off for a little while. But then again, that's right now. In another hour, the whole sky could be covered in dark clouds. That's what happened yesterday. We went out in the early afternoon. Didn't look like rain at all. We got back and it just started pouring, as you saw. Yeah, here's another school. Huh. Nice, and that one's open. Wow. I kind of like this road. I'm glad I went down this way. I have some options for tomorrow now. And if all these young men on in their uniforms are any indication, might be another school up here. Huh. Like I said, that school back there, I've never heard of, never seen advertising. But like I said, a lot of them don't, they don't have a web presence. And if you want to apply for a job, you have to find them and go there, turn in your applications, and your CV, all that good stuff. This is one of those roads. It was probably almost impassable last night. All the potholes, all that rain, probably flooded pretty good. But like I said, it's because of the heat, everything, the water evaporates pretty quick. But in areas like this, yeah. There's USA High School down there. Yeah, I'm not real picky about the age of the students I teach. I do think there are some advantages and disadvantages to every age. The younger people, the kindergartners, first graders, second graders, I think they're more excited to learn because their minds are still young. They're like sponges. But on the other hand, they're also very hyper. They might want to learn, but they don't have the ability to sit still for too long. So they need to be more active. And on the other hand, you have the older kids who they know they're there to learn. They'll sit there, they'll do their lessons and do their work. But they got so much else going on in their lives. All they think about, they want to text their girlfriend or their boyfriend, or, everything's the end of the world. You know how it is when you're that age. Everything's the end of the world. And so that might prohibit them from learning as much as they could, because they got a lot of other things on their mind that younger kids wouldn't be there yet. So, yeah. Like everything else, pros and cons of each, but I'm not picky. I think it would be easier, on my end as a teacher, to teach older students, because chances are they've already had exposure to enough English where they won't be absolute beginners. They'll already know some words and phrases, and they'll be able to hold a basic conversation in English already. So I think that would make my job easier. But then again, on the other hand, there's a certain thrill I get anyway when somebody who knows nothing, no English at all, and you start hearing them talk and pronounce the words correctly and actually use those words in everyday conversation. It kind of gives you a thrill, because you think, we did that. And it is we, it's not just me. The other person doesn't want to learn, they're not going to learn, no matter how good of a teacher somebody might or might not be. You can take a really horrible teacher who has zero patience or tolerance, but if somebody wants to learn, they will learn. And then you can take the best teacher in the world, give them somebody who has absolutely zero interest in learning, and that person will not learn. So yeah, I do get a certain thrill out of hearing Seng say things every day that I know we learned together. She wanted to learn. I was able to teach her. Like before we leave the house, she'll say even something simple like close the door. She knows what it is. I mean, that's the thing. It's not just about repeating a phrase. I mean, you can have somebody repeat a phrase over and over and over, but it's about, and that's good for pronunciation, but you want them to also know what it means. You want them to have a context. Like if they're at a restaurant ordering food and they look up at somebody and say, close the door, or today is Wednesday, you know, wrong context. They might know the words, but not the meaning. We did go last night. I was like, after it had rained, we went out last night for a walk afterwards. Because that's the best time to go for a walk, right after it rains. You still got the breeze. It's not too humid yet. It's actually very pleasant. And it never occurred to me that Seng didn't have any shoes. I never really paid attention. I know I bought her them flip-flops a while back. We were walking along and her old flip-flops just broke. She couldn't wear them. So we stopped in to the brand store and I got her those for, I don't know, $7-8, something like that. But it never occurred to me she didn't have any proper shoes. Because I always put on my shoes when, and not my flip-flops after it rains, because of course everything's going to be wet and muddy. And but last night I noticed she didn't. And so I asked her, don't you have a pair of regular shoes? She was like, no. So we went looking. We went down to the Anchor night market. There was some sort of a miscommunication. She went in, found a pair she liked. She actually tried them on, they fit. And like a lot of things here, it had the Nike swoosh logo, but they were not, of course, Nikes. There was a lot of counterfeit brands here, fakes, which is all right. They're still good. They're not going to be as good as the name brand, but they work. Except when the guy tries to charge you name brand prices for obvious knockoff items. Then like, no, he wanted $25, which he said was a good price because normally it's $35, which is wrong. The miscommunication came because when we went in, Seng was talking to him in Khmer, and she looked back at me and said $7, $7. And I was like, wow, I was expecting $10 and have to talk him down to $5 or $6, and I thought at $7 I'm not even going to argue. I'll just pay. That's good. Way less than what I expected. And then after she tried them on, he looked at me and said, no. I said, I told him, I said, she told me 7. And he was like, no, she misheard at 25. So I don't know what exactly happened there, but yeah, wound up not getting them, of course. I'll be back, guys. I got some music coming up here. I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're a little bit further across the bridge. There is the travel agency, Sowe Travel and Tours, right next, as I said before, to the brand store, Tahoot over there. Best place to go to get your visa taken care of in Siem Reap. Very nice, very knowledgeable, speaks great English. It's just great. Went in, no problems at all. I signed for it. She showed me my picture to verify it was my passport. She showed me my stamp to verify it was the right one before I left with it. And we are all good to go now. So anyway, yeah, we did walk by, there is another school, as I thought, down that road. I forget the name, but it's one I never heard of before. So apparently some schools took the whole week off for the King's birthday, other schools just Monday and Tuesday. Which is pretty good for me. Gives me something to do tomorrow. I got now, in addition to the schools I'm going to next week when they open, I now have these 4 that I found just from walking around and going a different way. I like how that works out. But we're headed to the old market now, Sacha and Kamai. And we're going to see what we can get up to. You know I love a market. You know I love recording a market. If you do not want to look at a market or do not want to see me checking out a market, I would suggest you skip the next clip, because that's where I'm going to be. That's all that yummy sugarcane juice being made. Look at that. I'm getting me a cup. The carts like this are well maintained, everything's clean. The sugarcane stalks are wrapped in plastic. Somebody was saying, you know, you got to be careful because if it's dirty, you could get like grease in your drinks. Of course, bugs and flies if it's not clean. All that good stuff. Ones like this, good to go. And I'm going to get me some here as soon as it's done. Yeah, beautiful sight. Alright guys, Seng just bought a pair of shoes. I'll show them to you later. They're in that bag. We negotiated to only $4. $4. Good deal. We're here in the seafood section. Man, look at the size of them prawn. Look at that thing. Holy cow. Got crab. Got all different kinds and types of shrimps. You got great big huge prawn. You got the normal size shrimp. Little tiny shrimps. It's like some squid over there. And apparently I'm buying some, so talk to you later. And we're over here looking at some dried fish products. There's the little tiny shrimpies right there. These are really good to make stock or put in soups, give it a nice seafood flavor. Of course, over here we got more crab. Nice fresh crab. Nice fresh veg. All kinds of good stuff over here. Alright, I got a phone ringing. I've only got 2 hands here. Got to exchange money. I'll have to talk to you guys later.